Next German word is das Standesamt. Pronunciation, Stand des Amt. Meaning in English, registry office or civil registration office. How to remember this word. Think about a wedding. In Germany, people get married at das Standesamt. Stand means status, and Amt means office. So Standesamt is the office for official life status, like marriage or birth. Example sentence. Wir gehen zum Standesamt. English translation, we are going to the registry office. Next German word is die Angehörige. Pronunciation, Angehörige. Meaning in English, a relative or a family member. How to remember this word. Think about your family. Your family belongs to you, and you belong to them. In German, the verb gehören means to belong. So Angehörige means someone who belongs to your family. Now imagine this scenario. You are in a hospital. A nurse asks, "Are you a family member?" In German, you answer, "Ich bin eine Angehörige." Example sentence. Die Angehörigen warten im Krankenhaus. English translation, the family members are waiting in the hospital. Next German word is abonnieren. Pronunciation, abonnieren. Meaning in English, to subscribe. How to remember this word. Think about YouTube. When you like a channel, you subscribe. In German, subscribe is abonnieren. Example sentence. Ich abonniere einen YouTube-Kanal. English translation, I subscribe to a YouTube channel. Next German word is die Mitteilung. Pronunciation, Mitteilung. Meaning in English, message, notification, or announcement. How to remember this word. Think about a phone message. Someone shares information with you. In German, the verb teilen means to share. So, Mitteilung is something that is shared with you. Example sentence. Ich habe eine wichtige Mitteilung bekommen. English translation, I received an important message. Next German word is zu Recht. Pronunciation, zu Recht. Meaning in English, correctly or properly. How to remember this word? Think about the English word right. If something is done the right way, it is done zu Recht, meaning correctly. Example sentence, Ich komme gut zurecht. English translation, I manage well. Next German word is existieren. Pronunciation, existieren. Meaning in English, to exist. How to remember this word. Think about the English word exist. Existieren sounds very similar to exist. Just remember to stress the T part. Example sentence, Glaubst du, dass Außerirdische existieren? English translation, do you believe that aliens exist? Next German word is sich beschweren. Pronunciation, beschweren. Meaning in English, to complain. How to remember this word? Imagine you are unhappy in a restaurant. The food is cold. You talk to the waiter and complain. In German, complaining is sich beschweren. Example sentence, Ich beschwere mich über das Essen. English translation, I complain about the food. Next German word is tief. Pronunciation, tief. Meaning in English, deep. How to remember this word. Think of a deep hole in the ground. The hole goes down, very deep. Tief sounds similar to deep. Example sentence, Das Wasser ist sehr tief. English translation, the water is very deep. Next German word is einzeln. Pronunciation, einzeln. Meaning in English, individual, single, or separately. How to remember this word? Think about the word one. Ein means one. Einzeln means one by one. Example sentence, Bitte bezahlen Sie die Tickets einzeln. English translation, please pay for the tickets separately. Next German word is erforderlich. Pronunciation erforderlich. Meaning in English, required, necessary, or needed. How to remember this word? Think of the English word require. Erforderlich comes from the German word fordern, which means to demand or to require. When something is erforderlich, it is demanded of you. It is required. Memory trick. Erford sounds like erford, you must do this, a demanding official sound for something that is required or mandatory. Example sentence 1. Ein Reisepass ist für die Reise erforderlich. English translation. A passport is required for the trip. Example sentence 2. Ist eine Anmeldung erforderlich? English translation. Is registration required? Next German word is die Hälfte. Pronunciation die Hälfte. Meaning in English, half or one of two equal parts. How to remember this word? Think of the word have in English. Hälfte comes from the German word halb, which means half. The ft ending tells you it is a noun. Memory trick. Hälfte sounds like you are splitting something in half with effort. Half is split into two equal parts. Remember, die Hälfte is a feminine noun, so always use die. Example sentence 1. Kannst du mir die Hälfte deines Apfels geben? English translation. Can you give me half of your apple? Example sentence 2. Die Hälfte des Kuchens ist schon gegessen. English translation. Half of the cake has already been eaten. Next German word is die Menge. Pronunciation die Menge. Meaning in English, quantity, amount, or crowd. How to remember this word? Think of the English word many. Die Menge comes from the same root as the English word many. When you have eine Menge of something, you have many of it, a large quantity. Memory trick. Menge sounds like men gathering together. A crowd of men is eine Menge Menschen. Remember, die Menge is always feminine, so use die. Example sentence 1. Ich brauche eine große Menge Mehl für den Kuchen. English translation. I need a large quantity of flour for the cake. Example sentence 2. Es gab eine Menge Menschen auf dem Weihnachtsmarkt. English translation. There were a lot of people at the Christmas market. Next German word is die Mitternacht. Pronunciation mit, ter, Nacht. Meaning in English, midnight or 12 o'clock at night. How to remember this word? Mitternacht breaks down perfectly. Mitter comes from Mitte, which means middle, and Nacht means night. So Mitternacht is literally the middle of the night, the stroke of 12 at night. Memory trick. Think of mit like the middle point between day and night, and Nacht like night. It's the magical moment when one day turns into the next. Remember, die Mitternacht is always feminine, so always use die. Example sentence 1. Um Mitternacht beginnt das neue Jahr. English translation. At midnight, the new year begins. Example sentence 2. Bleibst du bis Mitternacht auf dem Weihnachtsmarkt? English translation. Are you staying at the Christmas market until midnight? Next German word is notwendig. Pronunciation notwendig. Meaning in English, necessary, required, essential, or needed. How to remember this word? Notwendig comes from the German word not, which means emergency, hardship, or need. When something is notwendig, it is absolutely necessary, something you cannot avoid. Memory trick. Notwendig sounds urgent and serious. Think of not as a deep need. If something is notwendig, you must turn that need into action. It is essential for survival or progress. Example sentence 1. Es ist notwendig, pünktlich zu sein. English translation: It is necessary to be on time. Example sentence 2. Ein Pass ist für die Reise notwendig. English translation: A passport is necessary for the trip. Next German word is prima. Pronunciation: prima. Meaning in English: great, fantastic, super, or excellent. How to remember this word? Prima comes from the Latin word primus, which means first or premier. When something is prima, it is first class, excellent, or at the top quality. Next German word is sowieso. Pronunciation: so wie so. Meaning in English: anyway, anyhow, in any case, or regardless. How to remember this word? Sowieso comes from so, meaning so, and wieso, meaning how so. Together it means so as it is anyway, expressing that something is true regardless of other conditions. Memory trick. Sowieso sounds like so via so. Think, that's the way it's going to be anyway, no matter what. It expresses indifference or certainty about something happening. Common uses. Sowieso is very casual and frequently used in everyday German conversation. You'll hear it a lot among young people and in informal speech. It can show resignation, certainty, or dismissal of other factors. Example sentence 1. Das Wetter ist schlecht, aber wir gehen sowieso spazieren. Next German word is übrigens. Übrigens. Meaning in English: by the way, incidentally, or speaking of which. How to remember this word? Übrigens comes from übrig, which means remaining or left over. Literally, it means of what's left. So when you say übrigens, you are bringing up something that's left over from the main conversation, additional information on the side. Memory trick. Think of the main story as your main meal, and übrigens as a side dish you mention on the side. It's the stuff that's left over from the main story, so you add it by the way. Common usage. Übrigens is used very frequently in everyday German conversation. It can come at the beginning, middle, or within a sentence. It's similar to English by the way, or speaking of which. Example sentence 1. Übrigens, hast du die E-Mail von gestern gelesen? English translation: By the way, did you read the email from yesterday? Example sentence 2. Ich bin heute spazieren gegangen und übrigens habe ich einen alten Freund getroffen. English translation: I went for a walk today, and by the way, I ran into an old friend. Example sentence 3. Der Weihnachtsmarkt war wunderschön. Übrigens waren die Lebkuchen dieses Jahr besser als letztes Jahr. English translation: The Christmas market was beautiful. By the way, the gingerbread was better this year than last year. Next German word is tagsüber. Pronunciation: tags, über. Meaning in English: during the day, in the daytime, or by day. How to remember this word? Tagsüber breaks down into two parts. Tag means day, and über means over. So tagsüber literally means over the day, during the daytime hours from sunrise to sunset. Memory trick. Think of tags like the tags you see in daylight, and über like over. So it's all over the day, during daylight hours. The opposite is nachts, which means at night. Comparison with similar words? Tagsüber is different from other time adverbs. While morgens means in the morning and nachts means at night, tagsüber covers the entire daytime period. Use tagsüber when talking about habitual activities during the whole day. Example sentence 1. Tagsüber arbeite ich und nachts schlafe ich. English translation: I work during the day and I sleep at night. Example sentence 2. Tagsüber ist der Weihnachtsmarkt voller Menschen. English translation: During the day, the Christmas market is full of people. Example sentence 3. Tagsüber habe ich immer viel Arbeit zu erledigen. English translation: I always have a lot of work to do during the day.